in the garden with Dave the Garden
Talking
Guy.
about
His
the tax law
place out
changes.
here. Yeah, don't
Don't bring
depress
that up.
us. Hey, it's a snowball.
Hey, dude, don't start with me. Doggone it. You know what? You okay?
Yeah,
I think I put a bruise on your back there.
Stop it.
But we're talking about herbs today. The reason I brought the snow, Scott, well, that's not, I just found it out in the
thought to
parking
throw
lot.
it at each other. Yeah, we brought that in yesterday.
Well, yeah,
Ice
I
King
found it
did.
in the parking lot. What reminds me, when you got these living Christmas trees, you want to go ahead and water those guys with ice cubes. No, not necessarily snow, but ice cubes, and it works out fantastic. So it cools them down a little bit. But those living Christmas trees, like we showed you last week, all those need to be watered and watered consistently because they dry out very quickly. But let's talk about herbs.
All right.
Different types of herbs you want to plant and plant this time of year, especially during the winter time. Here's my 3 favorite kind. They're still living up in the Payson area right now. Okay. Some oregano.
Okay.
Works out fantastic. All these require deep, well-drained soil. So lots of lava sand in there, Scotty.
Okay.
And this is the ideal situation with regular, very rich soil. In fact, I'll almost use just pure potting soil. When we get back in our second segment, I'll show you how to throw a little garden together real cheap. Sage is another one. Again, well-drained soil. These guys don't require a whole lot of water either. So you want to make sure you water about on a weekly basis right now. When you first put them in, get them well saturated, and then after that, you can slowly wean them off water. So they're real easy to grow. Last but not least, thyme. Not the time you tell, yeah, not that time. Quarter tail. There it is right there. It works out fantastic. There's lots of different types. That's a lemon thyme. You can smell those guys, and they smell fantastic. And one thing about these guys, especially the thyme, I'll go ahead and just kind of grow them in between a small area, maybe a patio or something like that. As you're stepping out, you get this woof of a real nice scent.
That does smell nice.
You know, if you want some others too, of course, lavender works out fantastic. Here's another one. These do best in pots, not in our ground, because our soil out here is fairly dense or clay-like, so they do fantastic in a potted type.
Does it grow very big, or does it stay kind of like that?
It grows fairly tall. You'll get them about 2 to 3 foot tall if you're really good at it, and you want to make sure that you regularly fertilize them. So something like an extreme juice or a manure tea or something along those lines, just a slight bit every time you're watering will go a long ways to really producing a lot of that foliage out there. A couple more you might want to think about is our dills back here. There's a lot of dills. There's some arugula back there. Of course, some feverfew. We talked about that. That's way back here. You ever had feverfew? You ever used it, Scott?
I've had a fever, but no, I haven't.
No, well, you use it for migraine headaches.
Oh,
believe it.
really?
They put it between 2 pieces of bread, and
Tess
it works
needs
out.
that. She had a migraine the other day.
Well, here, let me let you. I'll just take a piece off right now. Tell her to go ahead and try
Just
this.
tell her to chew on that?
Yeah, just chew on that a little bit. She'll
I'm
feel like
sure
a
she's
little
going to
bit
be
like a cow.
totally. Hey, Tess, chew on this. I'm sure she's going to be really down with that.
It's organic. I'm teaching her how to garden right now. You know, don't argue with the garden guy.
That's
He
true.
knows what he's talking about.
That's true.
Last but not least is garlic. And this is what you want to be putting out right now, folks. Putting out those cloves right now around your garden, especially around our garden out here. Not only is it good and it's edible, but it pushes off a lot of those insects that you have that are what we call the non-beneficial type. You want the beneficial type? Well, we'll show you a few of those this weekend on Saturday.
One quick question regarding the poinsettias. I know you've talked about these in the past. If you water those well, how long will those stick around?
They will stick around for years to come. My mom's got one from last year. So you want to go ahead and just, now they won't actually produce these bracts without 12 hours of basically constant, well, non-sunlight or just darkness, but you got to kind of read up on it. They got a lot of stuff on the internet about it, but it's an ideal situation for just producing a nice little house plant. So there you go, Scotty.
All right, I knew that was. I was just going to do the same thing. Gina, you can never turn your back on Dave the Garden Guy. I can confirm that. Oh my God. If you didn't throw like a girl, you'd be able to hit me from there.
I just almost hit you in the head, dude.
And I should never say that tossing to Gina because she does not throw like a girl.
I was going to say, I'll show you how girls throw. Bring that stuff in here.